Welcome back to the deep dive. On June 22, 1941, the largest military invasion in history was launched. Across a 2,400-kilometer front, 3 million Axis soldiers surged into the Soviet Union in an operation codenamed BOP. Today, we're going to explore why this colossal gamble wasn't just a military campaign, it was a collision of ideologies, a catastrophic series of miscalculations, and a plan that historians argue was doomed from the start. This is Operation Barbarossa, the war that changed the world. To understand Barbarossa, we have to rewind to 1939, just days before World War II began. Nazi Germany and the Soviet Union stunned the world by signing a non-aggression pact. The Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact was a marriage of pure convenience. For Hitler, it guaranteed a free hand to invade Poland without Soviet interference. For Stalin, it bought precious time to rearm and rebuild his military, which had been severely weakened by his own purges. Secretly, the pact carved up Eastern Europe into spheres of influence, sealing the fate of nations like Poland, Finland, and the Baltic states. But from the beginning, both dictators knew this devilish alliance was built on a foundation of mutual distrust and temporary need. By mid-1940, Hitler was master of continental Europe, with Britain still undefeated. He made a fateful pivot east. His core ideology, outlined in Mein Kampf, was Lebensraum, living space for the German people, to be taken from the Slavic subhumans of the East. This wasn't just a war of conquest. It was planned from the start as a war of racial annihilation. Militarily, the plan was breathtakingly ambitious and flawed. Germany's forces were split into 3 army groups, aiming for Leningrad, Moscow, and the resource-rich Ukraine, all at once. German military leaders, overconfident from their Blitzkrieg victories, believed the Soviet Union was a colossus with feet of clay that would collapse in 4 to 6 weeks. They fatally underestimated 2 things: the sheer size of Russia and the resilience of its people. The invasion began with devastating success. The Wehrmacht, a highly mobile and experienced fighting machine, achieved massive encirclements, capturing hundreds of thousands of Soviet soldiers. But cracks appeared almost immediately. The Red Army, though poorly led at the start, and still recovering from Stalin's purges, was far larger and had more modern tanks than German intelligence had predicted. Then came General Mud and General Winter. The vast Russian distances stretched German supply lines to the breaking point. Vehicles broke down, and the autumn rains turned roads into impassable quagmires. By December, with temperatures plunging to -30°C, the German offensive ill-equipped for winter ground to a halt at the gates of Moscow. The myth of the invincible Blitzkrieg was shattered. The failure wasn't just logistical, it was also moral and strategic. From day one, this was a war of extermination. Hitler issued criminal orders like the Commissar Order, which mandated the execution of captured Soviet political officers, and the Barbarossa Decree, which essentially granted German soldiers immunity for atrocities against civilians. Soviet prisoners of war were deliberately starved and left to die in the open, viewed as subhuman. This brutality backfired spectacularly. Instead of being welcomed as liberators from Stalin's rule, especially in Ukraine, German forces were soon seen as a new, terrifying occupier. They created the very partisan resistance they feared, uniting the Soviet population in a desperate great patriotic war for survival. The Soviet winter counteroffensive in December 1941 was the first major defeat for the German army. Operation Barbarossa had failed. It condemned Germany to the two-front war its generals had always dreaded. For the next 4 years, the Eastern Front became the largest and most brutal theater of World War II, consuming the majority of Germany's military resources and resulting in an estimated 30 million casualties. The Soviet Union emerged horrifically scarred but victorious, transforming into a global superpower and setting the stage for the Cold War. The Pact of 1939 had bought Stalin time. The failure of Barbarossa in 1941 gave him ultimate victory. So, why was Operation Barbarossa doomed? Historians point to a perfect storm of flaws: unrealistic goals based on racist ideology, critical intelligence failures that underestimated Soviet strengths, a disastrous underestimation of climate and distance, and a self-defeating policy of brutality that guaranteed fierce resistance. It was a stark lesson in how tactical brilliance can be completely undone by strategic insanity. Barbarossa shows that when a war's very foundation is built on hatred and delusion, failure isn't just a possibility, it's an inevitability. What do you think was the single biggest mistake of Operation Barbarossa? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more untold stories from history. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.